definitely not ideal at any point, let alone start a training camp. But I'm feeling good now, feeling confident, which I think that's the biggest thing. And anytime you're coming back from an injury is gaining confidence and using whatever was injured. So feeling good.
Are you able to use your hand the way you want to use it?
What's that?
Are you able to use your hands the way you want to use them?
Yeah, mostly. I mean, I was actually pleasantly surprised when I initially, had surgery and injured it. I was very concerned about, okay, how am I going to be able to, strike? How am I going to be able to, grab with, without my thumb? But, I've been really surprised and pleasantly surprised at how well I've been able to do those things in practice this week. And training staff, divvied up a nice little protective device for it. So, I'm feeling confident, feeling good.
How big is it? How awkward is it? Is it a big, like a big ball almost? Or?
Oh no, just got my thumb covered up. I mean, it's nothing crazy. Like I said, I can still grab mostly. So I'm feeling good, and like I said, pleasantly surprised with how, functional I've been with it.
A season-long thing, Ryan? I'm sorry. Is that a season-long thing for you, or are you just going to have to?
I guess we'll kind of see. I mean, I'm as it's in the near future. It's going to be part of it, but I don't know as when we get down the road if I'll still be wearing it or not.
Are there like day-to-day things like around the house that it affects?
Just about everything. That's probably been the biggest pain in the ass, honestly, is the just like, you tying your shoes, like, hey babe, can you open this bottle of water for me? I can't, usually, I'm the one opening up the jars and stuff around the house, but my wife's kind of taking on that role now. But it's doing a lot better, and it's progressed really nicely.
How did it happen, Ryan, and how quickly after did you decide to have the surgery?
It wasn't like any big collision. It was a pretty standard play. Came off, put my hands on I forget who it was exactly, but I kind of felt something funny. It didn't really hurt that bad, but it felt funny, and I played a couple more plays, and then during the next period, I kind of looked down at my thumb. It was kind of didn't look right. I was like, I'm gonna go have the doctors look at it, and after that, they took me in for the MRI, and so.
I mean, you played a long time, obviously, but this is a new scheme for you, a new defense. How much did that timeout affect you as far as getting up to speed with this defense?
I was really able to stay locked in mentally, which was good, and fortunately, physically, I was able to still run and keep my conditioning and my my stamina up. So I'm feeling good and feeling confident in the scheme. I mean, they've really done a good job of keeping us all up to speed on what we need, what they're expecting from us from a schematic standpoint. So I'm feeling good about that.
Ryan, when you're waiting to get
it's interesting, like your thoughts of what you've seen from the defensive ends. I mean, you've obviously had a lot of time to kind of study them and everything like that. Guys like Sweat and Barnett and Brendan Graham and yourself, and how that all fits together.
I think what's been awesome about working with those dudes every day is, I've watched them from pretty close up for, many years, being in the same division for the 10 years prior, and to see why they're such good players has been pretty cool, and see the work that Sweat, that BG, that Derek put in every day, to see the intensity that Brandon Graham brings to practice and whatnot. You kind of realize, okay, this is why these dudes are good. This is why these dudes have been such productive players for so long. So it's been cool to see that from up close, and we all, I feel like, have worked pretty well together and throughout the fall, and hopefully we can keep that up during the season.
Ryan, when you were waiting to get the thumbs up,
I take that personally, man.
When you were waiting to get the thumbs up, were you able to kind of take in the atmosphere that kind of Nick was trying to build, just because you were on the sideline watching practice? And if so, what was your biggest takeaway from kind of just watching the tone of practice throughout camp?
He's just so much energy, and it's positive energy too. And I feel like the guys have really fed off that. And I know it's one of his big things is he wants guys excited to come to work every day. And I know I personally look forward to coming in every day because of the atmosphere that's been created here.
Ryan, after so many years in Washington, can you kind of talk about how you feel now? New team, new locker room, more to prove. Do you feel like what are you feeling with that?
It's been cool. I mean, you're one place for so long, and it's and to come somewhere else, and granted, I didn't have to come too far. Just a couple hours up 95, but it's been really awesome. It's been a cool experience so far. There's great people in this building, and people that, like I just mentioned, that I enjoy coming to work with every day. And I hope I'm excited to see us in game action, because it's a fun fun group to be around, both in the locker room and just the personnel staff. So it's been a great experience so far in Philadelphia.
What have you learned about Gannon's defense that excites you?
Just the multiplicity of it, I think, is going to be good. It's going to allow guys to be kind of do a variety of different things, and I also think but at the same time letting guys do what they're good at, and for a lot of us up front, that's get off the ball and try to cause disruption in the backfield.
How much is John JG emphasize pre-snap stuff? So you guys disguising things when you look at that, is that a big part of what he's trying to accomplish?
Yeah, that's huge in this defense. That's huge in any defense in the NFL, is being able to disguise stuff, because these quarterbacks, especially like the guy we're playing this week, a lot of them have been around a while, and so they've seen every defense, they've seen every coverage. So the less you can show them pre-snap, that's going to bode better for us.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Are those jet skis actually yours?
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
And did you buy them together?
Oh yeah, me and Dallas did.
They're matching?
Nah, mine's blue. His is like yellow and black. So mine's better actually, but I gotta say me. But sometimes he have his days. But I got this little U-turn I hit, crazy. No more questions?
About what you see from Atlanta's receiver group?
That's a good group. I mean, overall, they got a lot of good players that's out there, and then definitely the rookie tight end that came in, Pitts. He's really big, fast, explosive. So definitely got a good group.
When you look at Pitts, if they try to isolate him in the slot, how does? It's hard for me to say something small, but like how does
You're right about that. I don't think you should ask this question. It's like,
how does someone smaller than Pitts kind of approach that matchup?
I mean, you just gotta attack the ball. That's the big thing. When you got a bigger body, guys like that try to more than likely box you out and try to play the bigger guy role. But other than that, you want to attack the ball so you can disrupt the pass.
After going up against this offense all summer, are you curious to see how they do against another team?
Yeah, I think they're doing really well. Definitely going up against this offense. We got some great assets on that side of the ball, and they're all fast. From Quez to Rig to Smitty, all them guys are true speed guys. So I'm definitely excited to see what new guys can do. I love the tight ends. We got two of the best ones out there. So we got definitely explosive offense on that side. Then you got Jalen that can use his arm and legs. So it's gonna be fun to watch, right along with the backfield and the offensive line.
Moving back to the nickel position, are you anxious to blitz a little bit more this year?
Everybody loves to blitz. So, but I just do whatever I'm told. I'm willing to play whatever call is called, and execute my position.
How's Rodney been in practice this week after finally being able to work with you guys again?
Good. I mean, I've been watching him all week, and he's moving really well. I'm always out there screaming, "Okay, Rod, I see you." So he definitely still has the energy, and he's our captain, and he holds himself accountable. So as many reps and things that he can get, he tries to do it, and he goes hard, even if it's helping us out.
What about your comfort level now that you're back at nickel and everything? I mean, you feel like you picked up kind of where you left off like a couple years ago and all that?
Yeah, I'm comfortable in there, I would say. Like I said, just working on the things that I needed to work on, which you guys probably already know. Y'all can say it for me. There you go. So, it's been pretty good. So I'm excited to, start this season off, and, it's going to be a fun year for us.
When you're going into a matchup against Pitts, I mean, what kind of things do you focus on during a week? What are you honing in on?
Like I said, you got to start with your eyes, and when you're going up against Pitts, you got to know he's a bigger guy. So, like I said, you got to be good at the end of the route with the ball disruption part. So, that's one thing you got to focus on, and Coach G is always, focusing on takeaways and disrupting the ball and being aggressive and attacking it as the ball is in the air. So that's one thing that we'll do this week.
How about him as a team challenge, even if he's matched up maybe just against you or maybe against a safety? Do you look at it as every guy to the ball has to get to the ball if he's targeted?
Well, yeah. Anybody that has the ball, everybody gets to the ball. That creates takeaways. Everyone running to the ball, you get more than 8 and 9 guys to the ball. That's just a team, running and hustling to the ball, and that's not just with Pitts. That's with Rod, really, or the quarterback, Matt. It don't matter. Whoever got the ball should be 11 guys heading to it.
JG talks about pre-snap disguise a lot. How much more difficult is that, say, this week against a guy who's kind of seen it all, like Matt Ryan, versus a younger quarterback?
You got young quarterbacks that come in the NFL, and, they don't really see it as much as they see it in college. They line up and play. When you get in the NFL, guys are moving, you disguise it, and it's kind of probably harder for them guys. I don't play quarterback, so I can't really tell you if it's hard for them, but probably is hard for them because, it's actually kind of challenging for guys that's a little bit older, you never know. But, Matt has been a veteran quarterback in the league for a while, great quarterback, so, you want to be able to, try to get him off a little bit as much as you can, but JG's done a great job, coaching us up and things like that. So.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks. All right, we'll get Nick in next. How y'all doing?
Nick, how long will starters play?
Touche.
When you put the staff together, one of the things you were asked about was the lack of a former head coach on the team or on the staff for you to sort of bounce ideas off of. How has that played out? And then are you still regularly in touch with Frank in terms of just going through stuff like that?
So I think it's played out. Well. I trust the guys, obviously immensely on the staff. That I can bounce ideas off of them as well. We've all been around good coaches too that we were close with as well. So I do have a list of guys that I can call, and yeah, no secret. I was on the phone with Frank yesterday. I was on the phone with Frank the day before that too on my way home. I might have talked to him a little bit more this week than I talked to my wife. So, but yeah, I feel really confident that I can call guys that I trust, and you know what? I got a dad who was a coach, and I got brothers who are coaches too. So I feel like I got a lot of good people in my corner. Obviously I'm going to keep those a little bit more private, but anything and everything. That's a guy I'm really close to, and it's not just football. It's not just X's and O's. It's demanding the communication with the team, leading the team, and then just life in general as well.
Nick, as far as game management goes, when you're in the guts of the game, obviously you're a play caller, so things come up, timeouts, end of half, end of game, might be a rules thing. Do you have somebody specifically set to look at certain things, whether it is timeouts, challenges, things like that?
I do. I have a couple guys that are helping me out with that. But at the end of the day, everything is gonna fall on me. So and that's my role as the head coach. That no matter what happens in the building, I'm going to lean on people that are experts in the things, but I know ultimately at the end of the day, everything and every decision is on me.
But are you comfortable saying?
I'm very comfortable with it.
Are you comfortable saying who is responsible for this?
No, because it's a group effort, and so I just rather those questions about if anything happens in game. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that's my decisions, and I have the final decision on all those things. So, I don't think anybody really needs to know that. We know who it is, and all the responsibilities on me.
Where does things stand with Brandon Brooks for Sunday?
Yeah, he'll be up. He'll be up and ready to go.
How about McLeod?
McLeod will be out.
He's out.
Yeah, McLeod will be out.
And Dickerson also.
Dickerson will be out. Yeah.
How have those two guys looked in practice this week?
Really.
I know they're obviously ramping up and all.
Really good. I've really been pleased with Landon. I'm getting to see Rodney even more since he's working on the scout team a little bit for us, and I'm just seeing every day. I just like to take a second to brag on Rodney, because every day I see why. Every day more and more, from the day I got here till now, I see more and more why the guys have voted him a captain. He is a team player. He's a good player. And he just leads by example over and over and over again, and he can be vocal when he needs to. And it's been a great look for our offense this week, because Rodney was running the defensive scout.
As far as the Saturday night meetings, what's your approach to that? Are you the kind of coach who puts a lot of thought and preparation into what you say, what you present, or is it more improv?
I've put a lot of thought into it. Just the way my mind works, I kind of think about every scenario we could be in, right? So I think about this first game and what's a good message for the first game. I think about our first home game. This is what I did. This is what I've been doing for the last 5 years, is getting ready for head coach, right? When I figured I got a chance to be a head coach. What you're going to say to a team before your first home game. What are you going to say to a team when you're on a winning streak? What are you going to say to a team when you're on a losing streak? What are you going to say to a team when you're an underdog? What are you going to say to a team when you're favored, right? Hostile environment, guys banged up, late in the year. The list goes on, and I kind of got to talk I'm kind of a nerd, so I kind of got to talk for all those things. But I just, and that's, I value Frank too, Reich too, because it was, Saturday night with the offense. I was having a lot of these talks with the Colts too on these Saturday nights, prepping it for this time too. So, yeah, I'm prepared for them, and it's whatever the message needs to be that week. I kind of try to figure that out, and I've got a little story planned for it. I got a lot of stories. All right.
What's Focus Friday?
Focus Friday. A lot of people say Fast Friday. I would like to think of it as Focus Friday. I think my experiences is, again, you look at the good teams you've been on, you look at the bad teams you've been on, and or the not so good teams you've been on. And my experience is that on Friday, I always think it starts with the coaches. Like, you've been here, right? You've been working 6 to 10 every night, right? 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., give or take, whatever it is, right? And you do that Monday, and you do that Tuesday, and you do that Wednesday, and you do that Thursday. And then Friday, I get to go home and see everybody tonight, right? And see everybody at a decent hour, maybe pick the kids up from school, this and that. So there's a tendency, right, to be, but you can't do that in this sport, right? You can't ever sigh and say, right? No, you have to be completely focused at the task at hand, and that was my message to them, and that's not going to be my message to them on Saturday. To be quite honest with you, it's, hey, what happened the play before? Good, bad, doesn't matter. We have to be completely focused on the task at hand. And so everything that we go through in training camp, everything we go through in practice is prep for us to play in this game. And so I just look at it as a good opportunity to be like, be now. Be in the moment, dog mentality, and be here right now, and that's what Focus Friday means.
You get to see a ton of DeVonta this summer. Do you have a pretty good feel for where he is from a comfort perspective and a chemistry perspective with Jalen?
I do. Yeah, I feel good about where he is. I feel good about his fundamentals, his technique, his ability. Obviously, excuse me. I feel good that him and Jalen have past history and past chemistry as well, and so I feel good about the chemistry between the quarterback and the wide receiver.
Those messages and stories you were talking to us about, you run them by people first before you deliver them to the team?
Tyler, my assistant, he types them all up in PowerPoints and makes them nice and neat. But so I kind of go through it with him. Again, some of these stories some of the stories I've been telling for a while, since they happened to me, whether it was high school, whether it was growing up, or because some of the stories, might be about me. Some of the stories are about other people or whatever it is. So yeah, I kind of prep for it pretty good. So it's not like a public speaking class where I'm sitting there, but yeah, I prep, and Tyler's usually the one. I run it by Kevin Patullo every once in a while, Jamal Singleton.
When Frank was here, him and Doug would meet every Saturday. The last guy he met with every Saturday night and they would have like maybe an hour together.
Yeah.
Did you guys do that together?
We started the first year like that. Frank and I started the first year like that, and then we kind of said, hey, we didn't, not that we didn't love the flow, we just changed the flow, right? And we did instead of that hour at the end, we kind of did it intertwined on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and so I kind of like that better. Sure, something might come up Saturday night, and that Shane and I will talk about. Even Sunday morning, that was kind of things. Sunday morning, just say reminders here and there. So I've just gotten a little bit out of that habit, but we did start that way as well.
With Frank, you're so secluded here in this building with all the coaches and players from the start of training camp up through now. Is there value in having an outside voice and just kind of Frank's got different approach.
Yeah,
does that help?
You're saying the advice I get from Frank?
Just talk the conversations you have now.
Gosh, he's just I can't say enough good things about him. Shoot, I know the city can't either, right? You guys won a Super Bowl with him as the offensive coordinator. So he's like a big brother to me. He's like a big brother to me, and I just, again, it's just not football things. It's super helpful to have that. I think you ask anybody in life, to be able to talk through things with problems, good times, bad times, whatever, right? Situations you're going through, like everybody needs somebody like that. I'm just lucky that I have somebody like that in Frank.
You talked about not being able to, get home and see the family until Friday. What's the atmosphere like in the house right now? Are the kids excited for the first game?
I think my youngest, he doesn't know any better right now. My oldest is, he's excited about it. So he's got his he got a Jalen Hurts jersey. That it's been hard to get him out of that jersey, but he's just started school, so my wife has had to get him out of it a couple times to go to school. But so he's excited. It's definitely my oldest son is the most excited at the family.
Nick, do you stress anything additional for road trips or for week one, just in your experience?
Yeah. With road trips, it's a crowd noise that we practice with. I know you guys aren't out there for team periods, but we're practicing, and you probably can hear it out here with the crowd noise going. So there's definitely different things, the communication that you have to handle, this and that. I think you got to always be ready for, in game one, more hands on deck, ready to go, just because, I feel really confident where we are as in a conditioning standpoint, very, very excited with Ted Rath and his staff of the plan that we've had to get our guys ready to go. But still, it's still a game that they're playing more plays than they have. It's going to be hot, as we know. So, my experience is, hey, more hands on deck, ready to go that first game. Even if it's 5 plays, you got to roll. If it's 5 plays, go play those 5 plays like you need to, and be or a star in your role. And so those are the 2 main things with the road, the noise, really handling that. And then, like I said, game one, just everybody being ready to play, even if you don't think you're gonna.
When you talk about that plan and obviously the preseason and ramping up from a handful of snaps to a full game, is that kind of baked into your thought? Like, we know we're going to have a couple weeks to get everyone.
No, I really feel like, again, the way we've been practicing, we started with, whatever it was, 5 reps in a row, and then we built to 6, then we went to 8, like with the ones, and this week we were, longer drives. Last week we were 12. This week we went back to 10. So I feel like we're ready as far as that goes. Like, I just really confident and committed to the plan that we use to get the guys ready. I've seen them ready to play all those plays and go. But again, the hands on deck is just so you're ultimately ready to, just in case someone needs a blow.
Now that most of the hay is in the barn for preparation standpoint, how are you feeling about your team heading into week 1?
Yeah, I'm excited about this team. I see a team that is really close together. I see a team that has continued to improve their fundamentals. I thought yesterday's practice, particularly, I was watching 3rd down on the offense, and we were just really crisp in the fundamentals, in the pass game. And so I was able to, every play I was watching with the guys, I was like, this is exactly how you do it. This is exactly how you do it. And that's a good feeling as a coach, right? To really feel like, we're getting better. And that just goes into our, again, you're not ready for this moment unless you've built to this moment. And that's what we've been trying to do every day. Build, 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 build. Continue to build through the season when other teams plateau. And just try to have that mindset of getting better every day.
Last one.
Nick, on the defensive side, have you decided which players going to be wearing the headset?
We're still talking through that. We still got a little bit of time. They've been working with a couple different guys at practice, but just still working through that.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, y'all.